Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to MLC Podcast, Episode 3. I am Inconsistency.
I am Werewolf.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. How are you?
You good, Ben? Listen, man, before we even start talking about what I want to talk to you about, which is a bunch of stuff, Fallout series, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Blizzard fucking up, Ubisoft fucking up, the usual shit. However, before all that, as usual, seems to be our tradition in the last 3 episodes, which are our only episodes. How's your progress in BG3 going, man? Last time I talked to you, I think you were you already in Act 2?
Yeah,
I think you were.
So.
I think you were. So are you still in Act 2 right now?
Yeah, I actually got to the part where you're getting into the end of Act 2. Like
Baldur's Gate 3, by the way, to those who didn't understand BG3. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. Keep going.
I'm saying I got to like a cutscene where it's starting the end, the end cycle of Act 2, and
try not to spoil, by the way.
That's what I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
It's just like there's like the funny thing was that a cutscene happens like that builds up something that's gonna happen, and then right before it happens, they suddenly show up a message that says, "Listen, this is gonna move things forward. So if you have any unfinished business in this region, you better finish it first."
Yeah.
And then I realized, okay, so I have things to finish. I actually read up on. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
And I read up online, and I wasn't the only one confused about it. Lots of people went to this place first, and you're not supposed to. So I went back and finished something else.
Interesting.
But anyway, the funny thing is they show you the cutscene first instead of just before the cutscene.
Yeah,
saying,
that doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't you?
That's kind of stupid, actually.
Yeah.
Really? They show you the cutscene that you're not supposed to see until you get to that part.
It's like you're going to somewhere. You're about to enter through like a door or a portal. I don't want to say whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you have an interaction with the character that is leading this, the one that is leading you there. You talk to them and you prepare yourself like mentally, like, okay, we're going in or whatever, and then they warn you instead of warning you before that.
They should. That's kind of a weird decision by Larian, which are usually doing most of their decision making is pretty good in game development. But yeah, that sounds a bit of a fuck up. Anyways, how?
Hey, they put those like fast forever point. There's one right next to this, so they realize that people might want to go back.
They realize they made a mistake. That's why you have that message, I guess.
Yeah, so
design-wise, they made
at least they put like a portal right there, so you can go. You can say, okay, I'm going back, and I can.
But if I were them, I don't know how. It's probably a lot more complicated to achieve programming-wise, but I'd maybe try to remove that cutscene and put it after you finish everything.
Not that big a deal.
It's
I'm just saying it's funny. No, it didn't ruin anything for me.
Okay, if it didn't ruin anything, then okay. All right then. So how are you enjoying
It's immersion breaking anyway when you pop a message like that. There's no way around it.
Yeah, last time we talked about BG3, you were a bit more warm. You were more, what's the word? You were a bit colder in the first episode we talked about it. You said, yeah, you're enjoying it, but there's some issues here and there. I'm not sure about the animation, the character animation. And then
I said I love it greatly, but I had my criticism.
Yeah, and then we talked about it again in the second episode, and you said you were a lot more warmer towards it. You know, you said, yeah, I'm starting. It's really starting to grow on me. I'm really starting to enjoy the character animation and stuff like that. So how are you now regarding the whole, not just the character animation, the whole game?
I'm very confident about the way I feel about the game. I love it. I'm right over heels of it. I enjoy every minute. I'm planning my next playthrough. I know exactly what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do, and what parts of the story I want to see differently. But the criticisms of what I don't like are there, and they're gonna stay. And that is, I'm not loving the romances right now.
Still
okay.
Not.
Yeah, they're not great. I think they could have done them better.
Okay.
And exactly the number of NPCs, like the NPCs that you can build a group from, NPCs that have a backstory and that you talk to them and there's like personal progression for them. There's not enough, I think, for a game like this, especially of this scope and size.
And do you think it's something that won't change as you progress in the game? Do you think those same issues will remain until you finish the game?
I know how many characters you meet that they can join your group, and there's not a lot more.
Yeah, I see.
And some of them are like the heroes of old, like people from like characters from the previous game, which is also, I get why they do it,
right?
But I'm not sure I like that idea, because some of those characters, when you finish Baldur's Gate 2, or if you have played the expansion Throne of Baal, like they're level 20, 30, they're heroes, you know? They're like super famous. They
like
finish the
legends.
game, they're legends.
Yeah.
And now they join your party like that, it's... I don't know, I would get to meet them.
The way they do it, I don't know, because I haven't gotten to that stage. By the
But
way, I
I'm
haven't
saying,
played
just
the
the fact that they can join, I mean, I don't think it's the same level of character. Like, they're such huge heroes, the way you finished Throne of Baal, that I understand meeting them as an NPC.
Yeah.
Make them like this great NPC, I can't go into spoilers, you know, so I can't give details.
I'm just wondering, because I haven't gotten to those characters yet. I'm still in chapter 1, act 1. And I'm just wondering, what you mean is that the way they introduce them into the game, those previous characters, is not done in an epic way? It doesn't...
No, like you meet one of them, the one of them that I've met already, she's like a big thing and a leader and everyone looks up to her and she's famous and everything. But I know for a fact that she joins your group afterwards. This diminishes the halo around her being a legend.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Like, to me, they're supposed to stay NPCs, that you look up to them.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying that part they could have probably handled a bit better.
No, but this is their choice for design, and that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. As a player, there's not enough characters that join your party. There's not enough room for you to play with the types of party you want. You want a rogue like this. You want this kind of priest. You want, it's just not. You don't meet any bards. You don't meet any sorcerers. I think there's lots of classes.
You feel like there's a lot
of... They haven't made a proper NPC for that joins you.
But then again, the game is already so... I'm gonna try to defend them a bit against that criticism, even though it's...
Advocate for them.
Yeah, it's a legitimate criticism, 100%. So, but I'm still gonna say that it's very obvious that they poured their hearts and souls into this game, and they still release like every 2 weeks, like you see a new patch coming out for BG3. They keep adding stuff to it, fixing stuff.
And the game is amazing, don't
yes,
you?
Yeah, no, we already established that it's an amazing game. There's no need to, reiterate that. Everybody knows it's an amazing game. The thing I'm saying is, against your criticism specifically, is that they already did so much with the world. There's so much stuff to do, so many characters, so many things that I understand why they didn't have the time to maybe go the extra mile and do what you said, add another character, having a bard join you, a sorcerer, giving you more options. They already give you so much freedom in this game.
Sure.
That, I guess there is a limit to anything you can do.
I agree. This is a comparison to Baldur Gate 2, where you had a whole lot of characters to work with and make a character, a party from.
True.
And over there it was a 6-man party, so of course they need more characters.
Yeah, but Baldur Gate 2 didn't have voice acting, didn't have, the graphics that there is today.
Graphics is something that all evolves with the gaming anyway. So the engines are better, and you don't know if it's harder to develop a game with these graphics or the graphics then. But the voice acting, I'll give you that. Yes. Today, every NPC that they would add is a whole lot of hours of direction and recording and feeding it in and having a side story that doesn't ruin the stories of others or whatever. Yeah. It's not simple. I'm not saying it's not hard work, and I'm not saying that this is criticism that makes the game any worse. The game is amazing. I enjoy it. This is something I would have loved to see. Mm-hmm. If they had a good reason not to do it, okay, this is their choice.
So segue from that, from Larian Studios, to there's also short content we're going to be releasing probably in the same probably a few days from this recording regarding Larian Studios. But basically they said that they're not planning on making a sequel or even adding an expansion to BG3. They said that this is it. This is the game. That's it. No expansion.
They also said why.
No DLC. No, nothing to do. They're done with the world. That's it. They said that they have a clear direction and they want to move on to a different world, a different setting. Nothing even that is not even fantasy. They want to go to a different direction and just they're pretty ambitious, as you can see. They have pretty ambitious
You
goals.
mean not fantasy? You mean they're not even going to make a Divinity 3 or anything?
Right now, from what I understand, they have 2 new projects, and both of those projects have nothing to do with D&D at all. Nobody knows anything about those projects except that they're not fantasy, not D&D. Apparently, I don't know. If
No,
they're
but not fantasy is
Not-
it's
sorry.
so broad.
I'm
you
not
know?
going to say not fantasy, but not D&D related, not to BG3. That's for sure. So not to the
No,
world.
so
of-
okay, so that's what I mean. The whole they stepped away completely from the D&D world and anything related to it, like Forgotten Realms and whatever.
That's what I
And this
understand.
is all because they, as I understood, it's because they had a hard time working with Wizards of the Coast, and this is not the only. Let's say not even the first, second, or third company that says that,
Yeah.
and I completely believe it.
I heard that Wizards are considered to be quite annoying customers, or what do you want to call them? Partners to anyone who works with them. But I don't know if that's the main reason for that. I think they
Gave it as a big reason, as I understand.
from what I understand, they want to try something that is not fantasy at all, not like fantasy setting.
I think you mean not like the medieval fantasy thing, not like.
Not like D&D related. You know what I mean?
No, but I can imagine them doing something like Shadowrun.
Shadowrun is
It is fantasy, but
cyberpunky more.
So as I'm saying, it's fantasy. It's not the mages and fighters fantasy. Not the medieval fantasy.
I'm thinking that's the direction they're gonna go. I think they're gonna their next big ambitious project is probably, and this is completely a guess, is going to be a sci-fi setting, some cyberpunky setting, right? Because it's very hot right now.
Yeah.
And why not? They can do it pretty well, I think.
So that's what I'm trying to, guess. If they're gonna stick with what they do best, RPGs,
yeah.
just a completely different setting, rule set, and idea, or if they're gonna go completely off the track.
So that's nobody knows about that.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, but
Yeah.
we do know that it's going to be something very different, which I'm all for. I like studios and publishers who take risks. I like that, especially when it's calculated risks with people who know what they're doing, right? Not just going like crazy, just making something that they think it's obvious that this Swen guy, the guy who leads them, CEO, is very smart. He knows what he's doing. He's also a veteran of the industry. He survived a lot of shit. The company, it's a pretty old company. It's like they got at least 2 decades under their belt, so they know what they're doing, and they're going against the grain of the industry of making everything live service and making everything monetized and subscription this, subscription that.
Sure, but the indie AA companies usually are like that.
Not always. Yeah, a lot of times they start like that and then they devolve into, right? They go big, they start getting bigger, and then they start making mistakes.
I don't know.
They start getting publicly traded.
But that's the problem. That's the problem, because then they sell to corporates, and corporates think differently.
Yeah, but
as long
Larian-
as a company like that stays private, they're usually okay.
And exactly. And Larian has been quoted saying a lot of times that they do have zero interest in going public. It's not even in their thoughts right now. They don't want to do that. And I'm happy for them. I hope they keep leading the industry in how gaming should be when it comes to old school single player games, without fucking shenanigans trying to suck every minute and every dime out of your pockets.
Yeah.
And keep being Giga Chads, Larian Studios. We like you guys.
Giga Chad.
I haven't even finished the game. I'm not even midway into it, and I have so much respect to the way they do stuff. You know what I mean?
Sure, because you see just the amount of effort they put into the consumer.
Yeah. And also, from what I understand, they're very good to their employees as well. People love working there. So it seems like a tight-knit unit, Anyways,
it's almost like when all these people say about these corporates that the way they do things is wrong, that treating your employees well and not trying to suck all the money out of your clients actually works.
Yeah, if only...
What?
If only some other big companies who used to work that way and then got corrupted and now they're absolute horrible shit shows, you would do that, right? Like
no, we haven't seen evidence of that, right?
No Ubisoft, no Blizzard, no EA, no.
Blizzard.
So speaking of Blizzard and Ubisoft,
must we?
I mean, they keep fucking up. Man, we have to. They keep every time I go and look on, checking some gaming news. There's always Ubisoft and Blizzard. Every month there's something new, man. Every month there's something new. They're fucking up in some new and inventive way. It's ridiculous.
It's like these companies are. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Because they're getting so... Well, you know what? I do get it. They're making money. Well, obviously, they're still making money. If they didn't make money, they wouldn't do it, right?
No, but the making money has little relation to the blunders of how they operate, you know? It feels like every week there's a new scandal, and then you got a week of their PR trying to mitigate damage.
The damage,
and
yes.
then they move to the next. It's like they have board meetings of, okay, guys, how are we gonna fuck up this week? We need a big fuck up. Come on.
I mean, bro. This fucking company. Listen. First of all, Blizzard, I'm just gonna... we wanted to bring a lawyer friend of ours to talk about this in depth, because we're not lawyers, obviously, but since he's not here, we're gonna try, and we're not gonna go deep into it, you know? We're just gonna give you the very bare bones of the story. You can go and check it out for yourself. But basically, on the 21st of March, which was, by the way, was my birthday, Blizzard said...
Happy birthday, bro!
Thanks. So Blizzard said, listen, you remember that EULA that you signed like back when we launched Battle.net, you know?
Which I actually read.
Yeah. By the way, can you tell the audience what it means? What EULA means, basically?
End user license agreement.
Exactly.
It's a contract between you and whatever shit you're signing.
Yes. And basically they changed it on the 21st of March this year, 2024. They changed it without hoping that nobody will know this, basically.
No, but they did say.
They mentioned it, yeah. Like, you know, it's
they have to.
By law, exactly. But it wasn't like you know, they didn't exactly broadcast it, let's just say. They changed in their EULA, they changed something very, very, very fundamental, which is basically the fact that you no longer own the games that you bought from them, including games from 20, 30 years ago. They no longer, you know, unless you got them physically on your disc, which a lot of us do, right? People, the older audience who listens to this, I have StarCraft. Yeah, there is no way to play those games, and unless you're basically, you know, unless you basically follow everything that they want you to follow when it comes to their terms and services, and they have the right at any moment to ban you, or rather shut down your account. Which means you will no longer have any access to any games that you bought from Blizzard, which is ridiculous, but also, you know, that's how you can say that's how Steam works in a way. The difference is that Steam, right off the bat, right off from the day one when the Steam service came up, they didn't lie to you. They told you exactly what this is, and that the games that you buy, you're buying licenses for the game and not the game themselves. They didn't change it after the fact, after you bought so many games from them. All of a sudden they changed and said, no, games that you owned, that you could play at any moment without having to have a internet connection or being connected to our service, you can no longer play them because we closed your account. That's it. Those games are gone.
Man, the consumer world is just getting worse and worse.
There's the concept of ownership is dying off.
On digital media.
Yeah, consumer ownership.
Because we need to separate the internet world from the material world. In the material world, you still own objects.
Yeah, but
even then, they start shenanigans.
Even there, you see it happen with the German
Mercedes
and Volvo.
You buy a car, basically, and the car has... It's not like it doesn't have... Like, it's different models. No. The model you buy has all the items and the technology inside to make something happen, but you cannot activate it unless you pay a subscription.
Basically a vehicle DLC, bro.
Yeah, it's like, what? So you own physical object that you do not have 100% access to all its parts, basically.
It's ridiculous. And this is real right now, right this moment. If you go and buy some sort of one of the newer versions of Mercedes, you're gonna run into that kind of shit now.
Like seat warmers, for example.
Yes,
those are subscription based. If I know correctly,
that's what I heard last time, and that was a few years ago. So right now, I imagine there's more stuff that are probably subscription based, that should be basic stuff that you get when you buy a product. I don't get it.
Even things that were already there. Like, I don't know if you know, like for BMWs, for example, they have like a tail thing on the roof.
Yeah.
That thing is an antenna. They have like an internal network of BMW where the cars communicate with each other.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then so if you're driving in Europe somewhere and the BMW 2 kilometers ahead of you started slipping on the road because it's slippery, you will get a warning on your BMW that you're approaching a slippery road.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. So this is something like this, which was built in for all the BMWs. You can wake up one day and they're gonna tell you, oh, you still want that feature to work? Pay us a subscription.
And it's
subscription, like a monthly thing.
It's not even a one.
No, monthly.
You know what? I'm wrong. I said DLC. No, DLC is something you pay once for and exactly. You get it. No, it's a subscription. A recurring subscription.
A recurring payment. Yeah.
And by the way, I forgot to mention the worst part about the Blizzard doing this shit, pulling this shit, and what seems to me the most illegal part out of it, which this is why I wanted our lawyer friend to be here, and hopefully he'll join us in the future to talk about it more in depth, is the fact that they not only changed it after the fact, they also do not allow you can't like press decline and then go into your Battle.net and like deactivate your account or uninstall a game or something like that. No, you can't even change anything because you have to agree to their current terms and services. You don't agree to it, you do not have access to your account. That's it. You don't have an option to decline to it. You have to accept, which I don't know how is that legal even, but whatever. So you either shut it down, you control Alt Del out of the fucking.
What do you mean?
program.
How is it legal? Because there was always a part of them giving you a service and you agreeing to some terms to that service.
Yeah, but you should have the right to decline.
You are having the right to decline.
They don't even give you a button to decline. It's ridiculous.
Because it's the service itself. If you decline, you can't use the service. So you have to shut it down.
I don't know, man. It seems so blatant and so... I don't know, man.
This is why I don't use WhatsApp. Because I decline to their user agreement.
Yeah, because you're one of those very, very, very rare people who actually reads the license agreement and all that shit and the EULAs.
It's a curse.
Most people don't read it. So these companies abuse that fact, right? Why should you be expected to read a legal document that is usually extremely mind-numbingly boring?
And some companies give you like a shortened gist of the important things.
Those are good
documents.
Companies.
Yes,
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Yes, but most companies, I don't know.
By the way, today you have AI tools that are online free.
Yeah.
That you can give them a PDF like this, like a EULA, and he will summarize it to you. You can give him like keynotes, the things that are important to you, and he will summarize it for you.
Does it work? Does that work for work contracts when you go to a work contract?
It works with any PDF you give it. You tell it what you want.
No, not PDF. I'm saying like if you like get a you go to a job interview.
Yeah.
And they give you like a what's the word? Like you finalize the whole you agree on the terms,
a contract,
and they give you a working contract, a physical working contract.
You can scan it and give it to the AI.
Wow, that's amazing. I haven't. Do you know the name of the app?
Not. I can check later. I don't remember.
That can be very in today's world. That could be very.
I'm saying this is actually a useful tool. I've used it before. It gives you a nice sum up of a long document. I
like that. Yeah, cool. So that's Blizzard. We can't go too much into it because again, I think there's a lot more into it that we can talk about, but it's just not our. I think it's not our expertise.
It's not our field, no.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we're not mentioning because we're just ignorant to it. So we'd rather not talk about it anymore and move on. But it still has to do with ownership. It still has to do with shitty corporations being shitty. And that's Ubisoft.
All I get from this is two things. One, piracy is good for you. And I'm a man who's very against piracy. You know that?
You mean in today's climate?
Yeah.
In today's climate.
If a company tells you paid for this game, and now I'm not letting you play it, yes, it is justified for you to pirate that game. You paid for that product.
I get it.
Okay, this is my opinion. And secondly, and when I discussed this with our attorney/lawyer friend, he actually contested this point. But as I see it, if they're saying you can't not physically, if you can't own the product you're paying, then piracy is not stealing because you can't own it.
But how is it legal to change a contract that you signed like 20 years ago after the fact?
Because the contract you signed to begin with has a line at the end always that says they reserve the right to change it.
Yeah, so speaking of removing ownership from customers, another company that's going very strong, even stronger than Blizzard, which is amazing to see, about trying to take any sense of ownership out of your hands is Ubisoft. We've been talking a lot about Ubisoft in our channel.
That company is a fucking conundrum.
This year they're been going like they're going ham. They're completely crazy.
How popular do they think they are?
I mean, time will tell. They launched their new Ubisoft Plus service.
Exactly. Uplay was always shit.
Yeah, but at least you played it through Steam, right?
No, but there were lots of games that forced you to install Uplay and run it from Uplay.
Yeah, but from what I understand, up until like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, I could play any games I wanted from Steam. We just have the Uplay. You have to run it. That's what I'm saying. It has to run.
It
has to launch in the background.
So
right?
So they're forcing you to use their stupid third-party program.
But now it's worse. Now it's worse because now you can't even play it through Steam at all. You have to only use it through their app, only through their third-party bullshit. So it's worse.
And they started making games disappear.
And they make, yes, exactly. The Crew. Have you heard about it? It's a very old game now, even though it had a sequel as well.
That game had a solid fan base.
Yeah, people loved it. And I think it came out same year as Dread, I think 2012, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But anyways, it's a relatively old game, but they had a large community because the game can be played offline.
Yeah.
So people played it and loved it. And then Ubisoft said, nah, bruh.
Oh, you guys that have been a community that has been keeping our game alive and active and somewhere in the hearts and minds of people for over a decade?
Yeah, content creators still make videos
exactly.
About it.
Oh, you mean all of you people that have supported our game for so long? Yeah, we're gonna shit all over you, right?
Not only did they close and shut down all the servers, okay, sure, so at least I can still play offline, right?
No.
Wow, why not?
Because we don't want you to.
So basically what they did is they went and literally deleted the game license itself. They went into your directory in Steam or in whatever service you bought the game in and deleted it. So you no longer have the license to it. You don't even have the license to it. It's like you never bought the game. It's like it never existed. The game is now ceased to exist.
It's not like you never bought it. You bought it. But you have been banned from playing it.
No,
you are not allowed to play it.
You can't even see it in your library of
games.
But
you still bought it. They can't erase the history. You paid money. This is something you can't ignore. You paid money for this product.
You have the purchase. If you have the purchase history and you have the receipt, sure, you have proof that you bought it. But other than that, there is nothing.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not like they took away your purchase.
Yeah, but they did
took your right to play.
Let's just say that it's the closest to killing off a game as you can get when you both shut down the servers and deleted the fucking license of the game that you can't play it at all, even single player. Why?
But what do you mean why, bro? You need to see it from their perspective.
No money. They're not getting money out of it.
This corpo rat sits at his table and he talks to his executives and he says, all right, all these suckers that are playing our games, what are they playing? Because this is why I want them on Uplay, so I can see exactly what they're doing. Okay, they're playing this game Crew that we made that was successful. What is this game? We made it over a decade ago. Are they paying anything to play it?
He plays Candy Crush on his phone as he talks to them.
Are they paying anything to play it? No. Then fucking shut it down. Make them buy something that they pay for.
Why? Wait. Okay, sir. So you want us to shut down the servers?
Yes. No. I want you to make sure that they can't even play it anywhere, anytime.
But sir.
Because then they have to buy a new game.
But sir, I can understand closing down the servers. That costs us money, but how does it cost us money?
What do you mean? This is an untapped resource. These people that are playing this game are not paying us money for a different game. I want them paying for a different game.
I understand, sir, but why delete the whole game itself?
Because then they're busy with this one. What don't you understand? Do I need to fire you again?
No, sir. I understand completely. Yeah, let's make a new Crew game right now, sir. It's gonna be on mobile only, heavily monetized. There's gonna be battle passes, sir.
This was the fly on the wall perspective of board meeting in Ubisoft company.
Yes, that is exactly how Ubisoft board meetings look like. It's really bad. It's really bad. And by the way, to make things worse, those fucking idiots, they came out like days after having that headline, you know, Ubisoft deleting your games.
You know that.
Wait. Days after that fucking headline, Ubisoft in their genius came out and said, listen guys, I know we're really hot in the news right now for all the right reasons. So you know what else people really love? Star Wars, man. Who doesn't love Star Wars? Come on, even Disney didn't kill Star Wars off completely yet. So we just
they're just giving the license to companies that are killing it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's do this. Let's show you this trailer for this shitty fucking game that's going to be live service, of course, and has no less than 5 pre-order bundles with different varying prices.
Are you kidding me? This is Ubisoft holding back.
Bro, $130 for the deluxe edition.
Quadruple gaming. Get with the system.
Oh my god, man. Listen, if you pay
quadruple A, I mean.
Yeah. It's not enough to pay $70 for a full product these days. No.
And we've been at the $70 tier for barely a year.
And on top of that, there's gonna be battle passes,
season passes,
MTX stores. You know this because
galactic passes.
Because when you look at the fucking bundles, you see that some of the unlocks on the higher bundles and the higher price bundles is like skins from the bundle of the skin of this and that, which means there's definitely a store. There's definitely going to be a store, and there's almost.
It means they've already planned all the skins they're going to have a year forward.
And the game doesn't even look that good. That's the most important part. The game looks okay, but it doesn't look nearly as good as they think it is when they ask this ridiculous amounts of money for it.
The thing that I don't get is Star Wars has a live service. You know that there's an MMO called The Old Republic.
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah, it's actually decent.
Yeah.
And that thing is still going.
Wasn't that an EA game?
I don't remember. I just remember it wasn't bad.
Published by EA.
I played it, and even if you play it by yourself, you ignore the MMO and you just do the stories of the characters.
It was BioWare. Wasn't it BioWare?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was BioWare. Yeah. They made the Knights of the Old Republic. Come on, it was BioWare. Yeah.
You're talking about the single player ones.
Yes, but they made this. I'm telling you, I have.
It's probably EA. I'm pretty sure it's EA.
I have to check this, man. Keep talking.
I'm pretty sure it's EA. Anyway,
keep talking. First of all, is this the game? Is this the game?
Yeah. Platform Microsoft, mode multiplayer, composers, developers, Electronic Arts, and BioWare. Because BioWare is theirs, of course.
Okay. Yeah. EA bought BioWare. We forgot.
Come on, with fucking Andromeda.
That's why BioWare went to shit.
Yes!
They used to be one of the most amazing companies.
Yeah, but no one of the original people of BioWare are there.
No.
None of the original.
Listen, the Mass Effect trilogy to this day is one of my favorite trilogies.
And then they made Andromeda. That thing was... the fact that I remember playing this game is a black spot on my history. That game is shit.
I remember that I tried warning you not to play it. I remember.
And I played a lot.
Oh my god! Why did you do that to yourself?
I wanted to finish it, and I couldn't.
I remember I told you, I warned you. I told you, no, don't do it. I saw because I read all the reviews back then, and I was a massive fan of I still am to this day of the original trilogy. I played the remastered, which was awesome. And of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. 3, the ending is a bit problematic, but it's still...
I liked it.
It's still a great franchise. One of the best sci-fi games ever made, trilogy ever made. And then they made Andromeda.
Yeah.
And you played Andromeda. Did you love it?
There's not a lot in my life that I regret so badly. I'm not talking... It's not even a joke. I regret so badly... That it's like it's like what do you call that movie with Nick Cage that he forgets, that he goes and pays a company to forget something, Clear Skies, something
with Jim Carrey.
Is Jim Carrey?
You're talking about Eternal.
Yes, that one.
Eternal.
It's Jim Carrey, right?
What, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, something like that. Yeah, it's a great movie.
He pays a company to forget.
Yeah.
Like this is one of the only things in my life that I would pay to forget. It just ruined the franchise for me. The fact that it has the name is and the BioWare behind it is horrendous.
That's why I'm so happy I never played it, because for me the legacy of the original trilogy is not ruined.
Fucking BioWare Quebec. Fucking French.
I'm pretty sure they got closed after that, by the way.
Probably.
Yeah. It was such a massive failure that they just closed them down. Yeah, BioWare are completely...
And there's no excuse. It's not a live service.
They're working on Dragon Age 4, by the way, right now.
Which I hope they will be good.
No, it won't be good. I'm betting on it being a live service game, by the way.
Ah, fuck that.
Yeah, it won't be good. Because like you said, no one from the original crew that made the...
Yeah, but no one from the original crew
is
was
there
there
anymore.
for Dragon Age 2 either, and that one's okay.
I mean, Dragon Age 2 still had a lot of the OGs of the BioWare in there, man.
Did it?
Yeah. I'm mostly talking about the head honchos, the two guys who are leading this.
Yeah, they left a long time.
They left
ago.
yeah.
They left when it was got.
They left after
After the acquisition. They left when it was when they bought
yeah,
it.
so yeah, that's what I'm saying. They left when EA bought them. So
And
that's when the company
Dragon Age showed up.
the moment they left, you saw something change with BioWare. It was very obvious. They became a different company. And
The first games they put were still very good. Dragon Age 1 is a masterpiece.
Dragon Age 1 was still under those guys. They left after those two franchises.
But it was already EA, no?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what year EA. We can check what year EA bought BioWare, but I'm pretty sure they made the two most successful trilogies. They may have made it under EA, but those guys were still there. The CEOs were still there, even under EA, in my opinion. Let's check. I don't know. We're talking out of our asses right now. Buying BioWare, right? Let me check.
Let's put it this way.
Jesus, they paid a lot of money for that shit.
860 million is a lot.
2008.
Yeah.
So 2008, what game?
And when was Dragon Age?
I mean, both Dragon Age and Dragon Age.
Just the first one. Yeah.
Why was it?
2009.
2009.
This was under EA.
So it was under EA, but those guys didn't leave yet, so they left after that. I know they were a part of the biggest success of BioWare's history, which is the Dragon Age trilogy and the Mass Effect trilogy before the Andromeda came out.
I agree that after the first Dragon Age, the more Dragon Ages that came out were declining. Sure.
Yeah, I still enjoyed the other Dragon Age.
I enjoyed.
But they weren't as good as the first one.
Like the last one, Inquisition.
Yeah.
It was already too much open worldy, finicky, grindy
mechanics.
Yeah. It was already feeling like they're testing the live service train or something.
I agree with that. But I still enjoyed that game.
Yes,
it was
that's right. I finished it. I still enjoyed it. It was a good story.
It still had enough of the old school BioWare in it. Charm, the writing, the characters. It was nice. The story itself was epic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And again,
the game was still good, but you saw that it's getting stretched into places that it has no business being.
Yeah, so basically once those two guys, the CEOs, I can't remember the names, once they left, I feel like that affected them a lot more than EA buying them when it comes to quality.
But this was something that was known for EA. They would buy a company, chew it up, and kill it.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Listen, some of their companies are doing well. Like Respawn Entertainment are doing very well for EA, and
they had ups and downs.
And EA are, for sure. I personally, I'm having huge issues with that company because of how bad the ports of Jedi Survivor and the earlier game for PC were so bad. Jedi Survivor is unplayable on PC, in my opinion. It's so stuttery and
What,
shitty.
the Steam game? The single player Steam game?
The single player game.
It's the second one though, right?
Yes. The first one
was good.
Very good. The second one is very good as well. When it comes to the actual gameplay and mechanics, it was one of the most highly rated game of last year.
Actually, I own them and haven't played them yet.
Yeah, but the first game is great. I think you'll enjoy it.
Sure,
but
I'll have time for it.
But the second game, also people are saying is very good. The problem is the port for PC is absolutely horrible, considered by many to be the worst.
So you're saying they were programmed not for PC?
Not at all. And it's really a shame because the games look great. I want to play it. I want to play Jedi Survivor, but I tried playing it and I couldn't last more than 10 minutes before I just quit.
So it's a bad port because it's bad performance or
Performance mostly.
So not UI or mechanics.
No. Again, the game itself is good.
No, but sometimes the port, because in
No. I'm talking
in
only
controllers you have less buttons and then you have lots of combinations.
I'm talking in this case, yes, you're right. But in this case, when I'm talking about the Jedi Survivor port, I'm talking specifically only performance.
Okay.
The optimization is horrible on all computers, even modern PCs with extremely strong CPU and GPU stuttering. You have shader stutters, traversal stutters. And this game is all about smooth movement. You're a Jedi, you're a nimble Jedi jumping and doing, doing combat and stuff like that with your lightsaber. And when it stutters every few seconds, it's unplayable.
Yeah, sure.
And a lot of people are okay with it. I don't know why, but that's the main reason why the game is sitting on pretty low average review rate on Steam, but pretty high on consoles. You know what I mean? Because on consoles it's working all right. Anyways, yeah. So that's Respawn Entertainment. They're the guys who made Apex, by the way. Apex.
Yeah, sure. That's the main thing now.
Which we like that game. We when we used to play it, we liked it.
Yeah,
it was
okay.
a decent game.
Mechanically, it's a good game.
And that game worked pretty smooth. So I don't know.
And it was innovative. The pinging system, which was never seen before, it worked well.
They're a good company. They made Titan. What is
Titanfall?
Titanfall 1 and 2.
I've never played.
Excellent games.
I know.
The second one is really, really good. Very beloved by a lot of people. And that was also a fantastic game for PC. No issues. Just their last two Jedi games became so terrible for PC. I don't know why. Maybe they shifted their attention only to consoles. I don't know what the reason.
This is something that these publishers do all the time. The big publishers, when they buy a developer, they start trying to make them do something that is out of their field of expertise. And I don't get it.
I mean, I don't know. Respawn does have expertise with PC. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. They moved them to focus on consoles.
Oh, I guess because it's I don't know. I don't know what.
But that's what I mean. You're buying companies all the time. Can't you fucking buy a company that does things for consoles and make them do what you want for consoles?
I don't know
why do you keep shifting companies this is not what they do?
Or why not have like both departments that are know what.
Sure, make them work together. But that's the thing.
It's not like EA lacks the funds for it.
That's what I'm saying. And they keep trying to make these companies do something they're not good with. Oh, you make single player games? No, we want this multiplayer. But it's not what we do.
But you know what port was absolutely amazing? Like a console port to PC that in my opinion should be how companies should look at that port, and this is the gold example. The gold shining example of how you should have your game ported to PC. And that's Horizon Forbidden West, which is the sequel for the Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I played
the first one was a port also.
Yeah. Published by Sony, ported by a company called Nixon. These guys are making all the most of the Sony published games. They are the guys who make the ports to PC. That's their expertise, like you said before.
Yeah.
They have a company that their expertise is taking console games and making them extremely optimized, well optimized for PC.
So you're saying that if you take a company that has an expertise in something and you actually make them do what they're good at, it comes out well?
It seems like it. I know it sounds illogical.
So weird.
But yeah, I know the suits it sounds illogical, but yeah, that's how it works.
But then how do you fire all these people and get new one?
You do that regardless. So Horizon Forbidden West, man, I'm not gonna talk about the game itself.
The first one was a good port too.
It was. It's pretty much exactly the same like the first game, just a lot more graphically impressive. It's one of the most beautiful games I ever played. Like,
no, but wait.
What?
Because you said it's a good game and that you finished it and liked it.
No, the first one?
The second one.
I haven't finished it. I'm still playing it.
And you said you like it better.
I do.
So it can't be the same. Because the first one you didn't like.
Let me get to it. I'm saying on first glance it looks exactly the same, only more advanced graphics, right?
All right.
The graphics are amazing. I think the graphics and the sound and the whole technical aspects of the graphics, sound, music does a lot, and voice acting does a lot of the heavy lifting for the game, right? It's so beautiful and so it's like an orgasm for your ears and eyes, like for non-stop. So
I don't know. I wasn't head over heels over the EULA character or the acting.
Oh, that's something else. Now we're getting to the issues of the game. At least the first game.
No, sure. But you were praising the voice acting and the character.
The voice acting is, I'd say, the voice acting, the writing, the side quests, all those things that I really didn't like in the first game are a lot improved in the second game. A lot better. including the voice acting and the writing. But it's still more of the same in the end of the day. It's just a lot more upgraded, you know? It's more, you can tell they put more money into it, more effort into it, and it's a game that's very, very like high. I'd say it's a very, what's the word? High quality game. It's a high quality game when it comes to optimization, graphics, sound, concept. The concept is great as well. The world building, all those things. It's an 8 or even a 9 out of 10. Where it falls, in my opinion, even though I'm enjoying it and I'm still playing it, the biggest issue in the game is I think it's the same issue that the first game it has, is the open world. It's very, very repetitive. You feel like you're doing the same shit. You know, you have so many icons on the goddamn map that you feel like that overwhelmed feeling, which I hate in open world games.
Same feeling I had with Far Cry games.
Yes. And listen, is
the same concept. You climb a tower and then you see the map.
Well, in here there's something even, there is a similar thing to that as well. I will give them the credit that it's a lot more cooler and original in their version of the game, but it's basically the same thing, just again, it's the same thing upgraded, you know what I mean? So they took everything that they did in the first game and just made it better. So if you didn't like the first game at all, you won't like the second game. But if you like the first game and you just something there wasn't enough, you might actually like the second game better. You know what I mean?
But it sounds like the stuff that I didn't like in the first one or the stuff that they kept.
Yeah, but again, it's not as bad as in the first game. It's better. All of those things are better. It's still an issue, just not as big as an issue. You know what I mean? And other aspects of the game compensate for it hard, and like the graphics. And I can't tell you just how the game is so dependent on its world and how the world looks. It's a huge part of the whole concept of the game.
And that was a big seller for the first one.
Yes,
I enjoyed the vistas a lot.
Oh, yes, the vistas and the enemies that you're fighting are very cool. They're like
impressive,
both dinosaurs and prehistoric animals and weird creatures that are robots. It's fucking awesome. The animation is amazing. It looks really good. They move in unique ways. Every animal looks different and moves in a different way. And the sound is really good. I mean, the sound is amazing, and the music is amazing. It's just such a high level technical game that I'm willing to forgive a lot of its shortcomings when it comes to the plot, to the writing and stuff like that. Does it completely absolve it from those issues? No, man. If you had those issues with the first game, you will probably have them with the second game, just not as bad, a bit more tolerable.
I'll tell you how I see it now, the way you are explaining it, because I haven't played the second, I haven't played the first. And I remember that in the first, that after the mid-game, or 70%, I don't know exactly, but at some point...
You got to the mid-game life crisis.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mid-game crisis, exactly. Where the game was becoming boring, repetitive, and I just wanted to get the story forward, because that's the only thing that kept me.
Yeah.
And then I started ignoring the shit on the map. I started doing mainly the story quest. I just wanted to finish the story, and the story was good. I enjoyed it a lot. But then that's the thing. Like you tell me now, basically it's more of the same.
Yes.
And I'm telling myself, I've had enough of that world. I have like a V on it that is like, I feel like I've had a good taste, and I don't feel like I need any more.
Yeah. So to counter that point, the only thing I can say that might change your mind, I'm no guaranteed, but might change your mind, is that the way to counter that issue is two ways. One, first of all, I'd say, maybe just me personally, right? The story itself, I find, is a lot more interesting this time around.
Isn't it the same villain?
Sorry?
Isn't it the same villain?
I don't know. I can't remember the villain from the first one.
It was an evil red-eyed AI. Come on. The thing that destroyed the world to begin with.
There is some of that here, but there's also like an actual villain, a physical villain.
Okay.
But the game leans a lot heavier to the sci-fi elements of it this time around, which I like a lot more than the last time. There's still the whole tribal shit, the tribes, the politics of the tribe, but the sci-fi elements here in this game are a lot more. What's the word?
But it wasn't only tribes is where you started. You also had cities and countries, like those reds, the priests of the rising sun. They're big cities. Come on,
cities. Yeah, but
so they're not tribal. It's not the same. It depends on the culture of where you are in the world.
I get the sense that everyone there lives like a tribe. Even the big cities are like a big tribe. But maybe I'm wrong. That just shows that I'm not as invested in the world enough to care enough to know.
Sure.
But you know, I don't play this game for the. At least I don't. Might be different with you. I don't play the games like that just for the story. I play it for the gameplay as well, right? If the gameplay is good, I'm willing to forgive a lot of the issues with the story. Not always the other way around. If the story is great, I'm not sure I'll be able to forgive bad gameplay mechanics. You know what I mean? And this game, the gameplay mechanics are very good. I can't say they're not. And
I don't like it that you can't change her appearance in any way and what.
No, you can't. And also, her face looks fat in the second game. I don't know why. Her face is fat for no reason. She's like an extremely athletic like warrior who's like a legend, a walking legend at this point of the game. The second game, that's another part that I like about the second game. Everyone treats you like a legend. Yeah. So because you're already known for the first game, right? So, but her face is kind of chubby for no reason. I don't know why they made that. It was
always a bit circular.
Yeah, her character is still very generic and not very interesting. But
that's what I'm saying.
I don't care. You know, she's still a badass. And
no, but I'm saying also like there's not a lot of gear in this game.
Weapons, only weapons.
Exactly.
Weapons and armor.
So the armor doesn't change the way she looks.
It does. In the second game, it does.
In the first one, it didn't.
I don't remember. I think.
Or maybe I remember wrong.
I think you remember wrong. But in the second game, it 100% does.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a lot more weapons, by the way, in the second game as well. There's more options. They give you more options, more freedom, which is another good thing. And I'd say the biggest plus of the game, other than the amazing optimization to PC, and what makes it so playable for me, and why I haven't stopped playing it yet, even though I invested like more than 60 hours in it already.
Boobs?
No, not at all.
I'm shocked.
It's a completely sexless game.
Well, PlayStation.
But it is one of the most customizable games I've ever seen in my life. You can literally change everything about the game. You can change every aspect of the difficulty. You don't like the fact that it takes you 3 hits to kill an enemy. You can reduce it. You can reduce your own health. You can increase your own health. You can reduce the enemy's health. You can tailor make the difficulty of the world exactly to your needs. And that goes to the puzzles as well. You can make it as tough as you want or as easy as you want. And it also goes to the combat and goes to the looting. Even the looting, there's an option called easy looting, which removes a lot of the grinding aspects of the game.
That's what I'm about to say. The difficulty of the fights is one thing, but a lot of gripe people have with games like this is the crafting or the looting.
So yeah, they made a lot of changes. You can change stuff like the fact that you don't have to keep a button pressed when looting. You just press it once, toggle, make it a toggle.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Little quality of life stuff like that. You can change everything. I mean everything.
I hate it when games have mechanics of press a lot of times fast and they can change it to.
I mean, you can do it like that if you want.
Or I'm saying
you can change. That's what I'm saying. You can do this. You can make the game exactly as you want it to be, and I haven't seen this kind of customizable features. UI, you can customize the UI.
This is great.
Amazing. This is why I'm like, I can't stop.
This is accessibility. This is a good thing.
Oh, it is the most accessible game I've ever seen. Like, amazing. Of course, colorblind options, bigger text if you want, background to the background color to the subtitles.
Good. We need
fantastic.
More of this.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I refuse to say bad things about the game. Yeah, it has its issues 100% as the gameplay itself. Or rather, like I said, the open world but I feel like the pluses far overweight the minuses, and especially the fact that you can literally tailor make it to your own experience through all the customization that you can do.
Yeah,
man, you can make the game as grindy as you want it, or as not grindy at all. You can make it. You can do so many stuff, man. It's amazing, really fantastic stuff. So hats off to Guerrilla Games and Nixon for making an amazing port in 2024, something I haven't thought I'd see. Gaming ports are very, very good. Game ports are not very what's the word? There's not a lot of them these days.
The one I played with the motorcycle. Days Gone. Is that also Sony?
Also Sony published. Different company, the developers, but Sony, I love all the games they published to PC. I really love all of them.
Is that the port was also that company?
I'm not sure. We can check, but I'm not sure. I don't
think.
Important,
but that one's also a decent
very
port.
Good, yes.
Was it a decent port?
I'd say in general, all the Sony PC ports are very good. Sony are smart. They're doing a good job.
I
with
tried these two, Days Gone and Horizon Zero West.
Yeah, for Horizon Forbidden West. Yeah.
No, that's the second one.
Zero
Zero
Dawn.
Dawn.
Zero
That's the
Dawn.
one I
That's the
played.
first one. Yeah.
So those two I played, and the ports were stable. Come on, the graphics was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ports were stable.
And-
Performance was good.
And it's very scalable. What I mean is that you can play it on a lot of different systems, not from pretty weak to mid-range to extremely
Which is
powerful.
the point of PCs.
Yeah, exactly. And but not every developer makes their game that scalable. Usually they make it to mid-range to extremely hard, strong,
Yeah, those are
hardcore.
developers that don't want all the money.
I mean, yeah, I'm very happy about this port. I'm not sure I'll finish the game. Who knows? But it's already money well spent. I already put like 60 hours into it.
Yeah.
And again, just the port itself is... Anyone who loves PC gaming will absolutely salivate over this game and the customization options.
But it still has
It still has some of the
a
issues.
crowded map, and that feels the same. Basically.
Yes, but again, you can play the game however you want. There is nothing that's grabbing you in the ear and making
Yeah.
you go and do those things. You don't have to do it to progress the game. You can grind as much as you want. You can
Yeah.
make the grinding a lot easier with easy loot. Game is very smartly designed. Okay, that's one last thing I want to talk to you about before we call it off, before we wrap things up, is the Fallout show, man. I know we made a short video about it. We saw the trailer of Borderlands.
Spoil it. You must not.
No, I'm not gonna spoil it. at all.
Unfriend you, I will.
Yeah. Zero spoilers for the Fallout show, Amazon show.
I haven't watched it yet. I want to make sure I have enough time to binge.
Yeah. I watched all of it and I loved it. It was everything that we thought about, everything we said in the short content we released about Fallout, about how it catches the vibe of the show, of the games, of the franchise. How it seems like the humor is like in the games, the music.
Like it has the same spirit.
Exactly. It's everything we said there, and we said all that off the trailer, not the show itself.
Yeah.
Since then, I watched the show, the whole 8 episodes, and everything we said in that video is correct. It's 100% true. The show completely manages to capture the vibe and atmosphere of the Fallout franchise. And I'm talking about all the games. I don't know how they did it. Even the old ones, even the isometric Fallout 1 and 2 from the 90s, even those you can see a little nods to it from the showrunners. It's amazing. It seems like the people who produced this show really cared about the lore. They knew the games, almost certainly played it, because there's some stuff there that only someone who played the game would know.
Yeah. What do you call the guy, the honcho of Bethesda, Todd Howard?
Todd Howard, yeah.
Does he have a cameo? I expect these guys
No.
to be in a cameo.
No, he doesn't. But he does have a behind-the-scenes like video of him talking with the series director, the producer of the series, talking about the show. They did work like very. You can see that they worked very tightly.
And the casting is good.
Yeah, amazing. But the actor who plays exactly like we said in the short content.
No, but I'm not talking about the big guy that we know is famous and a good actor.
Yeah, the guy who plays the ghoul is amazing. Volton Goggins, he's absolutely stealing the show. But also the other actors are doing a great job. The main actress, the girl.
Yeah.
I've never seen her in anything before.
Yeah.
She's really doing an amazing job. She does the whole innocent child vibe that you get before you go out from the
lone survivor naivety.
No, she doesn't even have the lone survivor naivety. She's just naive, period, because she grew up in the vaults.
Exactly,
in
the lone survivor
life.
like from the vaults.
Yeah, she had a very sheltered life, and then when she goes out, shit gets real very fast, and she learns how to survive and adapt, and it's done very, very well. And she does a very good job. And by the way, she's an Australian actress or a British actress. I can't remember, but she does a very good American accent. You wouldn't know. And who else there does a very good? Oh, yeah, there's another main character there. There's basically 3 or 4 main characters. The guy who plays the Brotherhood of the Steel character. Yeah. He's a very good actor. He does a good job. I'd say his plotline is a bit less interesting, maybe. But the actor himself is doing a good job.
No, they're preparing the arcs right now.
Yeah. And they also, obviously, there's already going to be a season 2, Amazon, because it was a great hit. The game, the movie, the show got very, very high ratings. And from what I understand, Amazon are already greenleading the second season.
I like that Amazon are going for all the
when they're doing it good. No,
but they're trying all the fantasy niches, you know?
It's not a fantasy though. That's a post-apocalyptic, more like sci-fi.
Sure, but
vibe.
it's a PC game niche. Just like they decided to make a Star Wars series, not Star Wars, sorry,
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings series.
But that was terrible. That show was terrible.
I'm not gonna go into that.
Okay.
But because I thought it was decent.
So bad.
But it doesn't matter. The Wheel of Time and the Monsters thing before, they're trying all kinds of things.
Yeah, but most of those shows are most of those shows that you mentioned are bad.
Good Omens
I
is
haven't watched
good.
That I haven't
That's
watched.
good.
I haven't watched that one. What is
That
it
is
about?
good.
What is it about?
It's based on
Yeah.
books, and the books are good. The show also catches the humor and perkiness of the books, and it's a good show.
Did you watch Foundation? That's also based on books, sci-fi books, and made by Amazon. Oh, actually, it might be made by Apple. I'm not sure if it's Amazon or Apple. Can't
The
remember.
Reacher adaptation is good. And
The first season. The second season was.
it wasn't as good as the first, but it was okay.
Yeah, me and our Tony friend, we laughed a lot about the second season. There was so many stupid moments in that season.
Yeah, they were, but it was still okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's still Dad TV, peak
And
Dad TV.
Jack Ryan was also decent.
I watched only one season. It was pretty boring to me. I feel like Amazon is a lot of hit and miss. But when they hit big.
But that's what I'm saying. You said you like the ones that take risks. They're trying.
Yes.
They take lots of risks.
They have so much money, man.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you're a huge corporate boat, like you said, like the tanker,
Yeah.
you don't take the risk. You go for the sure things. And these ones are trying the risks.
Yeah. Anyways, so the Fallout show, man. We're gonna wrap up in a moment. I'm gonna say this. Even if you know nothing about the games, you never played the Fallout game in your life, I still recommend this show. It's going to grab you. And not only that, if you are a gamer and you haven't played any Fallout game, the show will 100% make you want to play a Fallout game. And by the way, just so you know, there's a huge increase in sales or in interest in all Fallout games right now over in Steam.
Because the sale on Steam started the day after this thing came out.
Smart,
Of course.
Smart, very, very smart.
Of course.
Also, they're going to release a patch. Bethesda are going to release a patch in 5 days from the recording of now to Fallout 4, a game I haven't played but I bought because it was such a huge sale I had to buy it, and I've never played it before. So this new patch is apparently going to make it more like fix a lot of bugs and make it more adaptable to modern systems. And I'm probably going to play it because the show made me want to play, man. Which is the biggest compliment you can give it.
Yeah.
That it makes you want to play the game. And I think people who will play the game and haven't watched the show will really want to go and watch the show after playing the games. So
I remember when Fallout 4 came out, there was a headline in one of the gaming sites that said, YouPorn has reported the 30% decrease in traffic in the last 24 hours when Fallout 4 came out.
Why?
It was a great joke.
Why YouPorn?
Because all these geeks stopped going to porn and playing their game. I don't know.
I thought maybe because there was like cosplay porn of people.
No, that would increase their traffic, not decrease.
Oh, it was reduced. Okay.
It was reduced 30%. All the geekers stopped going to YouPorn for 24 hours and started playing Fallout 4.
They stopped masturbating for 24 hours to go play some
Yeah,
Fallout.
exactly.
Before coming back to masturbate. Anyways, guys, anything else you want to add?
No, not really.
All right, guys, that's MLC Episode 3 podcast. We're going to have some more short content coming to you soon. Yeah.
Like, subscribe,
Comment.
We love you.
Also, by the way, tell them about Spotify.
They know. They're listening to this on Spotify.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Or YouTube.
If you're listening to this on
We got this
Spotify,
on Spotify. We got this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just the podcast, by the way. Spotify.
yeah, short content, go watch it on the channel because there's actually video attached to it and it's pretty fucking awesome. And go like, subscribe, all that good shit because we are going hard on this. See you around, boys. I'm Inconsistency.
I'm Werewolf.
Bye.
Bye.